Hello? Come on, brother. You run away? What's going on? English speaking cats. George. I suppose. I gotta finish this. The main campaign. It's not horrible. But it's not my favorite either. One. Is the voice on? Microphone on? Is the camera turn on? Turn the camera off because YouTube will probably seek to cancel everything in my life and seek to murder me because I'm naked, buck-ass naked. Not really. I'm dressed from the waist down, but still. I'll have to go make another YouTube channel. It's bloody exhausting. This one's exhausting enough. I was like thinking about if I can get access to a creepy ass house up here in upstate New York. My networking skills are there, but I'll be right back. I could start filming or working on at least a creepy house for a setting. The only difference is it won't be stop motion, it'll be a live action version. I'll probably just do Shy Cry first. I'll make that into a movie. A horror movie. But it'll take probably like 10 years to make, but I'll get started at least. I'll film all the house scenes and then edit later. If I can sign up and find the right actors that want to be a part of it. Probably new faces, probably no one famous. I'm gonna guess. Oh man, I know what that feels like. To not be supported and where you need to be supported. The necessary help and a lot of fake, false help instead. I'm actually gonna eat. I don't even know why the fuck I started this video. Because it's not like a video, it's just a fucking live stream. Brother, I just fed you. You even started to steal Pepper's food, which usually Magic does, but... Brother. Puss in Boots don't work on me. I eat demons for breakfast. Should be lucky in the grace to be in the presence of a temporary imaginary ego. Talk her off. It's just this A1 sauce is not expired. The last one I opened. America, you just sue people for that shit. Sure. It was suey crazy. I never sued anyone. Maybe I should. Brother, I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna water gun you. I'm gonna gun you down with water if you don't behave. You know, do not get on the table when there's food, especially when there's food. And bad enough I let you up here and I probably shouldn't at all. Look at your belly, sagging. Feed you too much. Already, you don't need it anymore. Animal control come after us, and then we gotta deal with that potentially. I doubt it. They have a lot of shit on their mind. So, of other issues. Mom was gonna throw you outside. Until I convinced her not to. Because you're domesticated, you never would survive out there. In upstate New York, you would definitely not survive. You've been domesticated for way too long. Plus your family. I'm not that evil. Trying to guilt trip me. Those adorable eyes. Spellcraft. Bug repellent. Shit's so fucking expensive. We either don't have time, don't have money. Or a constant fucking battle for a government that wishes to beat the living fuck out of us all. Anything done. I have really bad networking skills, communication skills. And I need to learn how to lie. I gotta learn how to be better at evil. I feel like I do. Now that does not taste as good. Potato bread still may be the best bread out there. Unless you make it yourself. And then it's even better if you make it yourself. But if you're going to be a slave and support the stores, the grocery stores, then, like I do at times, then potato bread. Out of all the bread, tastes the best. Got a lot of different types of bread from the stores. Italian is my second favorite. It's definitely not better than potato bread, though. Potato bread is fucking the best. You kidding me? It doesn't get better. It does get better, actually, if you make it yourself. But it actually does. Like, homemade is the best. A lot of things get taken away, even with meat and everything, when it gets shipped to the store. Just like when you get meat directly from the butcher, before it gets processed through all this other shit, it's even better. Like, than the store. That's if you're an evil son of a bitch like me. You need me. Oh, I know it's evil. Trust me. I agree it's evil. I still do it. Because I'm evil. That's why. I'm evil. Brother. A lot of times you don't even have to squirt them. He's traumatized about water. There is a lot of water. Never has. All you gotta do is squirt them. It doesn't work on Pepper. Pepper doesn't fucking care. He doesn't taste her. She'll, you can literally start to build a dish with water, and she'll dip her head right underneath the faucet. Completely unfazed. Magic and George, though, they hate water. They both hate water. Like if it touches them, oh God, they flip the hell out. They're like, no. Found my weakness. So you know how to, it's like water guns. Water guns work. Right, George? They work sort of, because like when no one's looking, you still try to sneak. Ooh. You. I mean, they don't call you Curious George for nothing. He's not the worst, though. Magic, I gotta say, is probably the worst, because she'll occasionally still piss on the floor of that guy. And she's got razor sharp fucking nails. Even when she's loving you, she'll like stab you with her fingernails. She needs them, though, because it's her only line of defense against this asshole right here. Because George is a lot bigger than her and is a bully. He does not have his nails in the front. He has his nails in the back, though. But he has a hell of a bite. Don't get it. And he'll pin her down, sometimes and be an asshole when no one's looking, or right catch him. Magic also. Like it's not the worst of the worst, I think, with magic is every now and then she decides that she's no longer potty trained. Doesn't do it always, but she does. And especially if she's angry. That's her way of taking out her vengeance. Like if you don't hold her when she wants to be held, she might piss on the floor. She owns you too, by the way. Don't try to move too much or she'll get mad at you. Magic, well, if she likes you, she'll come to you, but she'll also own you. She'll try to own you. And Pepper is actually the best well-behaved. She's almost an angel. I think she rarely gets in trouble. She doesn't do anything really that bad, so I never catch her doing anything bad. Or she's really good at hiding it. She is. That's for her, and I'm someone who's constantly obsessed with knowledge, so. Well, depending on where I'm putting my brain in. Oh, gone. It's one little tiny piece with no steak sauce on it that I shouldn't be giving you, but here. A tiny piece. So, I'll be back. Unfortunately. It's not as good as Big Bread. Big Bread's way better. Oh shit. Yeah, Big Bread's still superior. One slice for breakfast. And I think I had two last night. I ate two last night and one for breakfast. Buffalo chicken pizza for breakfast. Sometimes like go fucking year. People hate my culture. My culture is eat dessert first. Because you might die before you get to the meal. Or eat what you prefer first. But I haven't been eating dessert really. I come to think about it, anything really that I like for dessert I haven't been eating at all. Crackers. Occasionally. A lot of crackers lately, I guess. I don't know. But Ritz. Or no, Cheez-Its. That's what they are. I think that's it. I mean, there's nothing else around here to snack on. Oh, veggie chips. Veggie chips over there, which have lasted a while. I still have those. The thing that I should quit consuming, the thing that I think is the most poisonous thing that I consume, is soda. It's a bad habit to get into, and it's not healthy. Even 0 calorie, or when you get that stuff, it's better, and then it's also not. It's either that or lots and lots of alcohol, and I become an alcoholic. So I substitute soda for liquor because I can actually drink. Believe it or not, I can drink and drink and drink until my brain cells are dead and I'm passed out. Oh, the swine punch. That might be bad. I don't know. I wish I had Diet Code Red. Code Red's still probably one of the best. Like, they made Diet Code Red. Or Diet Cherry Mountain Dew. And Diet Grape Soda was alright too. It was alright despite that I'm not always So being healthier. I used to. I live in upstate New York. We eat pizza every day. I'm just kidding. Well, we could eat pizza every day in the state of New York. And newsflash, there's no such thing as a healthy pizza. I mean, you might be able to make a healthy pizza, but I've never made a healthy pizza. I never had healthy pizza either, if there is one. But here's something interesting about me, though. I can't eat too much red sauce without getting sick. And I cannot eat too much syrup without getting sick. So that's why I don't eat pancakes and waffles too much. I can eat this stuff, and I don't not like it. It's just, I don't know. Sometimes, every now and then, there's certain things that make me sick. Certain food. I haven't had waffles in ages. Or pancakes or French toast. Actually, French toast is cinnamon. It was good back in the day. Chocolate chip waffles. And so I remember, because what I used to do with chocolate chip waffles was dip them in cookies and cream ice cream. I remember that. It's Oreo ice cream. Because all it is like a cone. I used to do it all the time. Like, I haven't done that in years, or a long time. I used to, like, scoop it up with ice cream and just, like, and then eat it like a Klondike bar, kinda. Or not really like one of those old taco ice cream things they used to make. Except for you're just folding it in, kind of like a taco. But you just put ice cream, eat it. It's like people dip cookies in, I don't know, peanut butter and stuff and all sorts of stuff. I don't do that. It's too much peanut butter for me. I'm not the biggest. I can only eat so much of that. Apparently, I can drink soda like non-stop if I'm not careful. But it wasn't always the case. I was not paying attention, I guess. And I switch it up. It's either that or alcohol. And people around here don't really approve of me drinking alcohol, so too much. They don't care if I have it occasionally, but once in a while. But I just sit there and drink. Like, even at Applebee's, for God's sakes, how many shark bowls I would have. I couldn't. I think I would just keep drinking shark bowls. Like, I think I always drank at least 4 of them for a while. I drank 4 of them at least. I would order 4 of them and actually drink them. Like when they had those custom drinks with like all this stuff in it. Yeah, at least 4 every time I would drink. Until I became poor, and then it became, I had to, dial it back, because liquor ain't cheap. Actually, it's cheaper to buy it yourself, but the thing is, it's not really, because you're buying in serves, and how much I consume when I have it, I would have the bottle gone in a day, for sure. The moment it opens, it wouldn't even last the second day. If I'm not careful, I'll drink the whole damn thing. Sounds good to me right now, actually. I don't have any around. Go to New York City and let me tell you something. What I hate about hotels, or hate about like if you're going seeking hotels, you gotta make sure like when you arrive somewhere, you arrive there in time. Because how many times I have arrived before my hotel room was even available is more times than I care for. I would even have the hotel reserved, a hotel room reserved, but they won't let me in. Or I'll try to get in sometimes and you have to wait or something, but it's like, and I like even offer to pay more, but sometimes, but it's like, still they wouldn't let me in. I had to sit there and wait, and bloody wait. Some days I would arrive. I think it's like part of my issue is that I would reserve it after the timing I would arrive. I should probably reserve it before the timing that I arrive, and just show up late. But I don't show up late because I reserve later. That's why. That I'm stuck wandering around for an hour or two, usually. At least. Never late when it comes to if I could reserve it. If I did reserve it early, then
whether I'm there on time or not. I wouldn't be. I would drive late. I wouldn't even arrive on time. I doubt it. The only way I would arrive on time is if I book after. It's just like, then like when I get a hotel room, sometimes it's like I feel like I'm paying for the hotel room, but I have to like stay in the hotel room. I don't know if anyone else feels that. Like I feel like not even like leaving it because it's like, well, that's an awful lot of money for one night. I might as well hang out for the day too. Give them money's worth in the hotel room. Do something in here. And wander around afterwards before I leave. That's like if I'm staying one night. Then I end up not doing much. I did that several times just for the movies for an IMAX theater. Our bloody IMAX screen. Which is, or the Screen X, which is pretty nice too. Actually, in some ways, what's the AMC? The Screen X? That one at AMC? But I really like that one at AMC. I thought the quality in AMC was better than AMC's IMAX in Manhattan. I think Screen X is Regal. What the hell is their Screen X? What is Screen X? Screen X is a format that offers additional images down the side walls of the auditorium. That's not Screen X. It's not Screen X. Screen X is Regal. What is AMC's version of it? It's not that. It's not the same. It's definitely not the same. It's not even a version. It's fully different. Yeah, they only have that now. Man, what the fuck? Yeah, I'll just type in New York City, Times Square, AMC. I see Empire 25, that's what it is. On the website. Like for screen types. And see if they still have it. Showtimes. IMAX, Dolby, Open Caption, Laser AMC, Laser, Japanese spoken with English titles. These are formats, not screens. They're labeling there. Laser on screen. So perfected by going green. A laser is like green or something. I don't know. Open. It doesn't exist anymore. I don't think. There's stop motion. Oh, that's the actual thing. Caption. Reserved. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going down this bloody list for a while now, seeing nothing. IMAX. There's a name. Prime. IMAX used to be the best. But actually, if you go and watch something in a Prime, Perceive the Power, Prime is better than IMAX. Now, if you can get Prime IMAX combined, even better. But they do not have Prime IMAX, even in Times Square. Their IMAX is a different format. So it's like, but Prime, the quality of Prime is better than Regal's Screen X and Regal's IMAX and AMC's IMAX. That I actually, through going back and forth between two theaters and you're looking and preserving at screens, Prime has higher quality. I've screamed that there's more colors popping, it's more clarity, because you get an IMAX and it'd just be like regular format at times. And you can get very nice quality, but then the lighting in the background, sometimes they'll still cut things off, like like shadow effects in the background. I remember like doing that with the Punisher, shit like that with different movies, like they could like what they call the HDR effect. But even with HDR, or high dynamic range coming up the background, if the image is smeared, the image is going to stay smeared most of the time. And it's just like kind of upscaling the image so it's not so scaled. Now, if I recall, Prime, I believe, combats that better. So there's more crystal clarity. If you compare Prime, the quality of the film, it really is it's better. It is better. I guess quality. Better than IMAX. But people, I think it's just like kind of like in the background, though, even though it is better, it's not like the thing that people are advertising because it's like IMAX, it's still like boom, because a lot of people even here don't even go to IMAXs. There's no IMAX around where I live in a lot of areas, so it's like they can advertise IMAX and IMAX will blow them away just enough because they don't even have an IMAX. So it's like Prime, that's even better than IMAX. You see what I'm saying? Like Prime is like for people who are familiar with IMAX already to begin with. Like it's not as big, the screen isn't, but it is higher, better quality. At least that's how it used to be. And I also believe they put seats in these fuckers where you can basically like experience a slight like interaction. I believe it was a Prime where I actually watched Fast and Furious, and one of the Fast and Furious movies, and the seat will move. It's supposed to move to the cars, and make you feel like you're in the car. See, like racing movies, those seats are really good for, or can be. There's certain other movies that it does better for, or it's even if you program better for, but it's, there's experiences, that additional experiences for movies, and then there is just sitting in your damn chair. But if you're sitting in your damn chair, like most of the time of the experience is just reading. I rarely watch movies. Like, I didn't watch Dune. I read Dune. I was reading into every scene I could see when I went to see it. So it's like, I didn't really watch it. Even though you could say, well, yeah, your eyeballs are staring at the screen. But, I was more reading it. Is how I felt, like how I do with movies. But when you go for an experience, and you sit back and you're like in a fucking chair or something, and the chair's like moving and they're throwing air at you and stuff. Now, chances are, like, I'm not even going to be reading 100% into the movie. I'd be more just like there for the ride, right? It's like it's more of a just a supposed to be just like a fun mini roller coaster, right? Or actually longer than a roller coaster in a lot of cases. So, but it like experience. Not that you don't pick things up, but you have to multitask if you do. Okay, I actually think to watch Dune, right here's Dune Part 2. Like, here, IMAX with laser. You see, laser is not really even close to the best. That part is where they go wrong. If you ask me, it's not bad, but it can be so much better. And Dolby Cinema, you want the Dolby Atmos in, obviously, but I don't know if AMC does. The AMC IMAX does Dolby Atmos into. I think it's fake Dolby Atmos with the IMAX experience. I think it's something else. So you have to go over to a different theater to get the sound. They really tear it apart, if I recall. But if you look at Prime, the 6:45 showing here, it does wrap around you. It is like a miniature IMAX screen. Right, so there's signature recliners, reserved seating. So right here, I don't see any like awesome seats though. So this one doesn't have seats that move. But I was in one. I think the one that had seats that move was in Utah that I went to. So one of the AMC's in Utah. But in New York City, they don't have that. I don't think. But so if I hit, this is for the hell of it, 7:45 IMAX, which is so strange. The IMAX actually is like, I'm looking at the screen right now, and the screen how it wraps around. The reason why it looks smaller on the screen, it actually isn't. It is definitely bigger than the Prime screen, but it's like, and the reason this is if you look at like the layout, how these seats work, you know that screen is actually going to be very, very big. So if you're sitting in the front row, then you are going to have to be like moving your head and your eyeballs a lot more, right? So than you would with a regular screen. But actually, I don't know if they usually don't have it so close, if I recall. Like, you could still sit in the front row and still see it though, because if they did it like that layout with a regular screen, you wouldn't be able to. You'd have your face pretty much like I don't know, maybe a quarter of the screen. But because I sit in the front row a lot, and yeah, and see, there's less seats in screen in a Prime. Like, it's interesting because Prime is almost like, it is really reminds me of a miniature IMAX with, I would rival and say with better, because right here is I think is their problem, is like, remember comparing it before, is I think laser is like not the best quality for films, like when they're projecting them on screen. Like, IMAX is phenomenal. Okay, it's great. Nothing, against that. I actually am pro IMAX, but I think like what I would like to do is, I wonder like if they would do like IMAX with Prime or with Dolby Atmos, or high quality type sound. So it's like from someone, or 3D audio. Actually, I would prefer 3D audio experience actually coming in. Focusing on 3D audio, but like hitting you in certain spots is just way better. IMAX with laser though, which means the screen isn't gonna look as at best. Laser just doesn't offer like the best quality, I think, but like there's better quality than laser. Like Prime is so much better. And here's like perceive the power. It's part of the marketing of Prime, and it really does, have better quality. It has better quality than a fucking IMAX screen does. Prime does. It's just smaller. It still wraps around you, but it's like a smaller version, but a higher quality version. I've actually never been to the Regal in New York City. When I think about it, I've been to a lot of Regals, but I go to the Regal here because it's closer. That's why I don't even go to AMC around here, barely. I usually just go to Regal, but because it's closer. That's the only reason why. But it's just and they don't have IMAX. Their screens are just regular screens. It's just nice. I mean, they're pleasant. I mean, you can get enough out of them, read them. You just gotta suspend your mind a bit. Just like if back in the day, if, the reason, same thing, you take a VHS tape, put a VHS tape into a VCR, and even on an HDTV, the quality is going to be a lot different on an RCT TV than you're going to watch it on like 4K, 120 hertz frame. Well, I don't need 120 hertz frame for say video games. My bad. But anyway, you're still like 4K, like high dynamic range televisions with high quality, to watch them. Because in a lot of cases, I actually would say that on the TV I used to have, I would rather watch movies on that TV than I would an IMAX screen because it had better quality than an IMAX screen did for when it came to, because I could set it up, to my experience. But and then if it messes up, it's my own fault, right? Or it limits. But but it's like the Prime. I think, yeah. Other than hand it down, I think Prime is. I think the last IMAX movie I seen in IMAX. I didn't even watch Dune in IMAX. I know that I've been free advertising for it in IMAX, but I didn't actually see it in IMAX. Is that I didn't need to because I sat in a similar quality and it had Dolby Atmos where I was at and it had decent sound for what they would have done anyway in an IMAX. I just sat in the front seat, so I made it my own IMAX, but the experience in the front seat. So, but anyway, yeah. What I was saying is that the Prime is better, basically. That's what I'm saying. It is better. Anyone that's technically looks at as the visual stance, the way things pop, the way they are on the screen, and the way it just feels. But I've never seen a Prime in any theater but New York City. Every AMC theater I ever went to throughout this entire United States, at least, that I've been in, didn't have a Prime. Not that I know of. Most of them didn't even have IMAXs. Hollywood didn't even have IMAX. Fucking Santa Monica has 2 AMCs and not a single IMAX in there. They didn't even have IMAXs in either of them. And Prime, even in the IMAX one, even in Utah, didn't have Prime. Or did they? I think that, yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Because I've been to, like, there's a theater in Tampa Bay that had an IMAX, but I don't think they had a Prime. When I was in Tampa, I went to the theater in Tampa, which is a really nice, actually, it was very big. I believe that an arcade and stuff there was not. It was pretty nice looking when I was there. I was only there once, but then I went to, I think Utah is probably even, well, the New York City one's like attached to like all sorts of other businesses, and you can get lost on the escalators, and they like have side miniature arcades scattered around it. I think their screen, at least their Prime screen, like, is way better than any other screen in any theater I've actually ever been in. Come think about it, like in Times Square MC, but looking at as a theater setup goes, I think Utah, like, there's a theater, where the hell it was, I think it was in Ogden, where it had like a giant arcade next door in another building, which is more spatial. I mean, a giant arcade in another building next door, and they had a gym. Because when I was there, I signed up for the gym. I was gonna go every day when I was in Utah. But I can't remember what I couldn't sign up because I think I needed something and I didn't have it. I don't remember what it was, but I went in there to get a gym membership. But I guess I didn't have the right paperwork. I don't remember what it was, but I was missing something. I don't know what it was, but I don't remember. But and then the movie theater was, walk in, it's a giant opening, and they had like all like they had almost like, I believe they had a Pizza Hut in there. There's like some other restaurant in there that I don't know what it was. There's a restaurant in there, and you couldn't get alcohol because Utah is probably the most religious state out there. So it's like they're against alcohol. At least they were. So, but you could get food, and then there was a miniature showcase, like screens where the people could sit down and watch things, like right in the lobby, or I guess basically free, I guess. And then they had like all these seats that were sitting there lounging. Maybe they did have liquor. I don't think they did. They had another section that was over there. I remember it looked like a bar, but I don't know. But no, I'm thinking about a completely different other place for that one. Never mind. And then it has all the theater layouts. It's very spatial. I mean, it's not compact and crowded like most theaters. Even if they have spatial areas, they still can still have a crowd issue. That's why, like, even in Times Square, there's a secret passage, actually, or they'll use the elevators, which are exclusive usually for only employees or like actors that want to watch their own movie or come in and not want to be bothered. They will actually go through that elevator, those doors. But down below, it's a lot more. It's not like claustrophobic, but it is like still not nowhere near as open like Utah though. Like how big and massive that Utah theater was crazy. or that Tampa Bay even one was fucking. On the outside, that Tampa Bay actually might be even bigger. The only thing I think that I don't know if Tampa Bay went upstairs. I think it did. So if it did, it's definitely bigger. But if you have the one that was in fuck, where's it at? God damn it! I was just talking about it. Utah, which does go upstairs, and it's tall. It's taller than the. It's definitely taller than the Tampa Bay Theater, but not as wide. Like the Tampa Bay Theater looks like a damn fucking mall by itself. If I recall, it's massive. It's pretty big, but it's not as tall as the Utah one I went to. But it's because when I was in Tampa, I actually watched Birds of Prey in IMAX. If I recall, I did experience their IMAX screen. It was Birds of Prey. I watched that, and then which was really cool because it was like popping colors and shit. Like especially the circus scene. Like I think is one of the coolest scenes that they did in the movie was with the circus scene when they go in there. Uh, it really shined. A lot of colors, a lot of popping, a lot of things going on the screen all at once. Very actually, just in general, a very damn good shot. Like the way they captured that. But let's see here. Yeah, I don't know. See, Florida's beautiful. There's a lot of cool things in Florida, but Florida's also difficult to be in unless you're like high class. Like, you're gonna be better off being high class going into Florida. Like, if you're not like wearing fancy, rich clothes or something, if you're me, like that wears hoodies during the fucking summer, they're gonna look at you like you're fucking suspicious, and they're gonna discriminate you on the spot. Like, hotels were doing it to me even. I even had like hotels doing it. But and then the governmental stuff that goes on there is questionable. Like I said, I've been in the homeless shelter in Florida, so I know what that's like. They they'll give you food. Like I was only in the homeless shelter for one day though, so in one morning. But when I did, it was enough for one morning because I left. I didn't want to even be there during the day. I was there. I think I arrived there at the night because to try to avoid trouble from sleeping outside. So because Florida will arrest you if they catch you sleeping outside. So I decided to check out this place, and it was nasty, and I was like, no, it was gross. And then they came in for breakfast and provided eggs, but like giant eggshells. Like someone just cracked eggshells and just threw them in with the eggs, like scrambled eggs. Like someone was like, fuck it, scrambled eggs, throw the shells in there too. And I'm like, what the fuck? Eating crunchy eggs, like eating the shells. Really, at the end of the day, if I recall, I did it mostly so I didn't get in trouble, and because I was broke. I had like I had enough money for an airplane ticket and an Uber ride. That was it. And that's what, like, at that time. And that's why I had money, but then I had money just for waiting for the Uber. Like, I remember having just enough so I could order an Uber to the airport. So I already had paid for my airline ticket because I didn't have to be homeless in New York. So, um, just like entirely. So it's like, it's just, yeah. I experienced it. I know how they treat homeless people. Let's just put it that way. They're the worst state. I, I believe possibly they'll kill them. I believe the even the police would, if they had it their way, they'd take them out back and shoot them. Like they hate them. They hate them. Like they're like that's the worst of the worst. You go to Manhattan, the homeless situation in Manhattan. I've never been to a shelter. I never went to the shelter, to the homeless shelter actually. I was homeless and I heard a horror story actually, and I was like, I kind of believe you because I had this other experience because the whole thing. No, actually, I lied. That's not accurate because Florida happened afterwards. I thought Florida happened before that, but anyway, I didn't. And instead, I passed out on the subway. I didn't get off of my stop. It, like literally just fell asleep at the subway and woke up on fire, literally. Like someone set me on fire while I was sleeping. No lie. True story. I was set on fire on the subway, and they stole my phone, which also had my wallet because that's had the case around it with my wallet in it. But I'll be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom. Actually, I'm just gonna end this and come back. Just restart the stream. Call it 62 or something.